3 linemen, if I counted correctly, a wide receiver, and a running back. And with Ben Johnson being here, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if that's kind of the route they take. And they also get an edge rusher with their second pick, pick number 39 overall.
Right.
PFF has a 7-round mock-up for each team, Yerk. Would you like the Bears' 7 draft picks that they have?
Sure, let me find out what
Actually, no, the
they're
Bears
planning
have.
on doing.
What do the Bears have? 1, 2,
7
3,
rounds.
4,
They've got
5,
plenty
They
of
do have
picks.
7 picks.
Yeah.
Because they do not have a
fourth rounder
this year.
Yeah.
So the 2
I wonder
in
why.
the second round make it a fourth, make it 7.
I wonder why. Who do we get for that 4th-round pick?
It was.
It was either Ryan Pace or it was somebody else in the line, right?
It was. I'm trying to think which deal that was, and I can't right now. I'm sorry. Was that the Ryan Bates? I thought that was I don't remember. I can't remember what. I'd have to double check. Here's PFF's.
Oh no, was it the trade? Remember the trade they went up for the kid out of the Ivy League?
Maybe.
Remember?
John.
They gave away a trade pick. They got him in the 5th. They traded away a 4th this year for a 5th last year to get the tackle, I believe.
They got him in the 3rd, right? Didn't they draft Amagaji in the 3rd? Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm just saying they had to trade.
They
to
moved
move
up in the 2024 draft to select defensive end Austin Booker.
Oh,
That's
move
what
up
they
to get
did.
Booker. Got it.
In the 5th round,
in
right?
the 5th round, yep.
And they had to give up a 4th rounder this year to move up to the 5th round last year to get into it.
Yeah. Let's hope Austin Booker turns out to be a stud. I don't know.
We'll see.
This is where you got to start hitting on some of these things.
We'll see.
Especially when you start trading out draft capital. Thank you, Adam. Here's the mock for the Bears from PFF. With their first pick,
I'm ready.
Pick 10, round 1, Ashton. No, I'm just kidding. They do have the Bears taking Josh Simmons from Ohio State, who is coming off of an injury. But they write that the Bears need help everywhere across the O-line, and Simmons may be the only true left tackle in the draft. And I've read that from a lot of people, Yerk, that they think Will Campbell and Kelvin Banks are going to end up being guards in this league. So they write he's potentially the only true left tackle. Over 601 pass blocking reps over the past 2 seasons. Simmons surrendered 1 sack and only 5 quarterback hits. That's pretty remarkable.
6'5", 310.
Yes.
Yeah, 6'5", 310.
And is an excellent player who did get hurt, what was that, October, I want to say, when Simmons got hurt.
What did he hurt?
You know, off the top of my head, Yerk, I cannot remember that. I'm sorry.
All right.
You'd have to double check.
I'll look. I'll find out. I'll get it. So Josh Simmons is who they have.
And I love that stat.
The
about
only
just
legitimate left tackle. That's what they're saying.
how few, look at how few pressures that is. Over 600 pass blocking reps.
Carm knee injury.
Okay, it was a knee injury.
For a guy that needs to have knee bend to have a knee injury, this depends what kind of knee injury, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, carted off the field second quarter of the Ohio State loss to number 1 Oregon.
Yeah, that's right. It was the Oregon game.
There you
which
go.
was October, I want to say. All right, round 2, Yurko. Pick 39. You ready?
Yeah, I'm
so
ready.
you go tackle 1. Round 2, pick 39. Your guy, Princely. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name.
I am.
You've talked about him out of Ole Miss.
Right, pass rusher.
Standout 2024 season. He delivered 12 sacks. They had a great pass rush period at Ole Miss this year.
Sure.
17 quarterback hits and a very impressive 22.8 pass rush win rate. That is good.
He's got a shoulder. He's got a right shoulder.
He's got a right shoulder?
Going to have to take a look at that thing at the combine.
Doesn't he have a left one too?
No, but he's got a right one that's been injured in the past.
Gotcha. Boy, they had a good pass rush this year, and he was a big part of it. Round 2, pick 41.
Yeah.
You might not still love it, but I could deal with it. Caleb Johnson, the running back out of Iowa. Now, this is their 3rd pick. They write that the current regime in Detroit.
Iowa offensive players not being tight ends always scare me. Okay? That's fine.
The current regime in Detroit traded DeAndre Swift to the Eagles in 2023. So don't be surprised if Ben Johnson's first order of business is to find a replacement for him. Johnson was outstanding for the Hawkeyes last year, rushing for over 1,500 yards, and he forced 66 missed tackles. Round 3, pick 72, Yurko. It's back to the O-line. They take Charles Grant out of William and Mary. They write he played left tackle at William and Mary. He'll likely be an inside player at the next level. He surrendered 9 total pressures last year and graded out equally well on run blocks.
Give me his bigness.
They don't have that
William and
listed
Mary,
here, so
no?
give me 1 second.
No, just
I'll
give me his name.
Charles Grant, William and Mary. Did
Charles
you just say,
Grant.
Did you say give me his bigness?
Yeah, his bigness. I want to know how big the guy is. It matters. William and Mary.
Out of William and Mary. And he was a tackle there. They're saying guard. I know nothing about him.
Right,
obviously.
they'll convert him.
Yeah.
This
is where you really got to deep dive the college prospects in the draft. I have no clue about a guy.
There he is, offensive tackle. Here's his bigness, 6'4", 300.
6'4", 300. Okay,
Yeah.
that's more guard center-ish.
Yeah,
in the
no,
NFL, right?
that's what you want. That's
Now,
what you want.
guess what they do with their 5th-round pick 148? They're right back on the O-line. Jared Wilson out of Georgia. The offensive line revamping for the Bears continues. In Wilson's first full season as a starter for the Bulldogs, he surrendered 0 sacks and 1 quarterback hit. Good. Round 6, pick 197. They stay close to home. Zahari Franklin out of Illinois, who was Zahari had played at Texas. Which one? Which one's the Roadrunners? What is that? Texas
Roadrunners.
Texas El Paso?
A&A Kingsville?
No, that's El Paso, right? Isn't it? Aren't they the Roadrunners?
UTEP?
I think Texas.
Tulsa's the Roadrunners.
I can't remember which Texas team he played for. He set records at one of the.
What's his name?
Zahari Franklin is his name.
Zahari.
Mm-hmm. From Illinois, and he transferred. He played his last year at Illinois here. This last year,
What does he play, Carm?
he's a wide receiver.
All right.
Yes,
speedster.
He set records. It's UTEP, right? University of Texas El Paso, aren't they?
UTSA.
That's San Antonio.
San
I'm sorry.
Antonio.
University. I knew UTEP sounded right.
And then he went to Ole Miss, and then he went to Illinois.
Oh, I didn't realize he had an Ole
Oh,
Miss year
yes,
in there. My bad.
2023 in Ole Miss, Carm. He was a rebel.
It's Texas San Antonio.
Yes.
That's what's forgiven.
Texas San Antonio.
And he set records there.
Here's our 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 2023, and now 2024.
Boy, so he's an older player.
He is Venus. Velus
He's
Jones.
Velus Jones. But
he's 24 years old.
But you're taking him in the 6th round,
Yeah.
and he was much more impactful in college than Velus Jones ever was.
Okay.
I mean, he was a legit,
I'll believe
legit
you, Carm.
offensive player. This year, he had an okay year at Illinois. Franklin has the route running and after the catch ability to be an effective slot receiver in the NFL. He had 672 yards on 57 catches for the Illini in 2024. He forced 11 missed tackles after the catch. And then finally, Yerk, their last pick in round 7, they take a safety out of Fresno State by the name of Dean Clark. Clark has good size and excellent ball production. He allowed just 18 catches on 36 throws into his coverage while picking off 1 and forcing 7 incompletions. So there's a lot of offense on that list with 3 O-linemen, if I counted correctly, a wide receiver, and a running back. And with Ben Johnson being here, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if that's kind of the route they take. And they also get an edge rusher with their second pick,
Right.
Pick number 39 overall.
Right. And that's to go along with the kid you're picking up from Kansas City.
With you, hopefully, Trey Smith.
And a center, Dahlman.
And maybe.
If they get the 2 of them, I would probably see them do less on the offensive line there.
You're probably
Only
right.
2, not 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
2, not 3.
What do you think of that overall? That's not a bad 7-round mock.
It's fine now. I mean, it's a mock draft. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you addressed your offensive line. You addressed your pass rush drops the other side.
And you found a running back.
And you're hoping Booker
a little bit later.
develops.
Yeah, right.
I mean, whether you keep Walker or not, it'll be up to you what you decide.
Yeah.
Would you, I always say if 2 players are even, keep the one that makes less money. Mm-hmm. If you judge 2 players to be even, the one that makes less money is the one you keep.
That seems to be a good school of thought.
It's the way it always was. When I took Bob Nelson, ultimately, Ezra Tualo came in there. He was their 2nd-round draft choice in Green Bay. The choice was to keep me or to keep Bob Nelson. I made 100. Bob Nelson was going to make 6.
Guess what?
Guess what they decided to do?
Save $500,000.
Let Bob Nelson go to they let him go to his landscaping company in Florida.
Yeah.
And congratulated him. It's time to really start landscaping,
Yeah, you can save $500K, yeah.
That's what they did. And they put me on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And they went with 5 defensive linemen. But you had Bryce Pop and Tony Bennett coming off the corner.
2 pretty good ones.
So those guys were coming off as linebackers that would rush the passer.
Right.
So they kept me there for 12 weeks, and then I got activated for the final 5.
And the rest,
yeah,
and the
one injury, Carm.
The rest is
I
history.
wasn't rooting for it, but there he goes. Oh, an ACL. Yeah. You're crying, but you're happy at the same time. I was.
Of course.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Carm.
Not bad.
I'm not
I like
against that.
I like the order of that in
I'm
a
not
sense.
against
like what
it.
they're targeting. I like it.
Right.
And you could even sell me on with your second round pick taking a running back. I wouldn't rage against that. Ashton Genty, no. But grabbing an option that's going to add some depth to your running back room, a young player that you can, go forward with over the next 4 years in the second or third round, okay,
if they address the offensive line with those two picks,
I'm
yeah,
cool
not
with
those two, with the 10th pick and either 139 or 41.
Yeah.
And took the other kid from Mississippi.
Yes.
And then in the third round, in a running back deep draft that they're saying, why? Because they're all the same. Then fine.
Okay.
I don't mind you doing that in the third round.
Yeah.